So how exactly do you get Starlink support when all else fails? That's a quick 50, 51. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much once again joining me for tea time. Today we have a little bit of fireside. So good guys. Hope you're joining me with your cup of tea, maybe a cup of coffee, hanging out, talking tech, talking photo, talking video. Today is a technical day. It's about how to get support when all else fails from SpaceX Starlink. How do we get a hold of them? We haven't heard from them for a week. We haven't heard from them for 2 weeks. What do we do? Well, I got some solutions here for you. And I was reading an article over on PC Magazine, and they gave some background on what's going on as of now. Are things getting better? Are they getting worse? Are they the same? What you can do, what else? I'm giving you all of my solutions also in this video. So hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have a means of getting in contact with SpaceX Starlink when all else fails. Anyways, let me start out with, you see I'm wearing my tank top. Why? Because today is May 1st and we're starting up this new challenge. It's called the 3,000 push-up challenge. And as you can see, beginning of this video, I pushed out about 50, 51, somewhere around there. We'll do another 50. We're gonna be doing at least 100 per day to get to 3,000 for the month, 3,000 push-ups. And if I exceed that, that's great, but I'm definitely going to hit that 3,000 number. And this challenge will benefit the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. They specialize in cancer treatment for children. And I've always been a proponent of that specific organization because they do such great work for the kids. And for me, it's one thing if someone ends up with some type of severe disease when they're 50, 60, 70, 80 years old, but a child, we just don't want to see a child to have to go through that type of suffering, right? So they've been doing a lot of great work over there at St. Jude's. So let me read you this mission statement because I think this is very important on who these people are. Now, bear in mind, all of the proceeds of this challenge is going to go directly to St. Jude's, okay? So the mission statement says this: the mission of St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital is to advance cures and means of prevention for pediatric catastrophic disease through research and treatment. Consistent with its vision of its founder, Danny Thomas, no child is denied treatment based on race, religion, or family's ability to pay. St. Jude has helped push the overall survival rate of childhood cancer from 20% to 80%. By 2030, St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital aims to cure at least 60% of children with 6 of the most common kinds of cancer worldwide. With your support, St. Jude's can provide cutting-edge treatment at no cost to the family. At St. Jude's, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live, regardless of the duration or the cost of care. I think that that's absolutely fantastic. That's one of the things I've loved about this organization is if your child have any type of severe catastrophic disease, cancer or whatnot, you can bring that child to St. Jude's and they will treat your child regardless of race, creed, color, and if you have the money for treatment. That is amazing.
When we came to St. Jude, I asked the doctor, "Can you treat my child?" And he said, "No, we're going to cure him."
The other thing that I absolutely love about St. Jude's is that they feel that treatment for your child is a family type of treatment, and they want the family to be there. So what they do is not only pay for the child to be there, room, board, everything, and treatment for free, but they will also put up the family during this treatment process. So the family does not have to pay for room and board, food, anything while they're there also. So this is the reason why my family has been donating to St. Jude's for many, many decades, and we will continue to do so. In the past, I've done a No Shave November, which raised over $1,000, I think $1,500, $1,400. In this challenge, I would like to raise at least $3,000 for the children. So I guess that would be $1 per push-up, right? We're going to do 3,000 push-ups. Let's raise $3,000. I think that would make absolute sense. So if you could donate it all, click that donation button, and bear in mind, every penny goes to St. Jude's. There is no administrative fee. There is no transfer fee. Matter of fact, YouTube has said that they pay for all transfer fees for getting the money from YouTube's account over to St. Jude. So I think that is also fantastic. So anyways, like I said, if you could contribute, please do so. And we'll be talking about this going through the entire month of May. So let's get right into this article. This, once again, comes from PC Magazine, and I think that it is very telling on what's going on. So the article starts out with, got a problem with Starlink? Don't be surprised if you encounter a long wait via SpaceX's customer support channel. That is the case. A year ago, SpaceX said it would shore up the customer support for its satellite internet service following complaints. But users say slow response times persist, forcing some customers to wait weeks for a solution, while sometimes receiving unhelpful automated replies. Now, I've told you guys about this in the past, where you send in a message and you get back, as I call them, boilerplate type of responses. Very, very frustrating and annoying, right? I call them cut and paste also, where they just take like a message that they've already cobbled together like a week, a month, 2 months ago. They copy it and paste it into your message, and that's it. And then you wonder, did you actually read what I said here, or did you just cut and paste? Sometimes I would respond to their message and say, that was boilerplate, that was cut and paste. Please read my question and then answer the question. Don't cut and paste. Thank you very much. And every once in a while, I would get a response back, and then they would actually read it and come back with an actual response, a response that makes sense. The article continues. You can never talk to anyone. It is all done by messaging, says a Starlink subscriber, April Vaught, who resorted to fixing the issue on her own by canceling her account, factory resetting the Starlink hardware, and then starting a new account. God, that's horrible. You have to do that. Starlink customer support took 5 days to reply to her with a useless automated message. Quote, I feel they need to do better. The service is pricey. The least that they can do is offer better customer support, she said. The issue can be particularly maddening for users who receive their Starlink dish hardware only to encounter errors when setting it up. Subscribers have no way to call SpaceX. All they can do is send in a support ticket through the company's website or app. Quote, I wish more people knew how awful the human element is there, said Joseph Browning, a former Starlink subscriber. Although Browning says Starlink's internet service is awesome, he was forced to cancel after the company's customer support failed to restore access after he paused his subscription. Now, I told you guys about this in the past. If you pause your subscription, make sure you plug in your terminal every once in a while. We've been getting reports that people have unplugged or paused their service for 4 months, 5 months, 8 months, and then when they plug it back in, it doesn't come back. A lot of times that has to do with firmware, and the firmware needs to be updated, but if the firmware is so out of sync, sometimes it cannot be brought up to current. And then they have to send you out new hardware. So continue to plug in your base, your router, and your terminal at least every couple of months or every third month, let's say. Keep it up to date. So this way, even though you do not have service, it will download the latest firmware and keep itself current, let's say. So when it's time for you to unpause that system, it will be ready for you to work with it immediately, and you're not going to have to wait for them to send out a whole new package. Bear that in mind. He continues with, quote, I get it that it's a new company and all that, but really, I have gotten not a single coherent response from them on how to fix the problem, he adds. The problems can be so frustrating that at least a few customers have resorted to reaching out to the FCC, or the Federal Communication Commission. That is the U.S. regulator that oversees Starlink. Quote, I contacted the FCC because I received no reply on my Starlink support ticket for over 3 weeks regarding an intermittent service, said Reddit user who declined to give us their full name. Quote, after filing the FCC complaint, I received a message from them that my request was forwarded to the provider, Starlink. The next day, I received a notification from Starlink that the replacement kit containing a dish, cable, and new router was sent to me. The FCC then later sent a follow-up email confirming Starlink had responded to the original problem. In December, Starlink announced that it had 1 million active subscribers, up from 140,000 13 months earlier. It is also important to point out that other users have reported fast response times and positive experiences with Starlink customer support, including offering free shipment of new cables and hardware. One customer said, quote, "It wasn't so much frustrating customer service, it was frustrating waiting for the response and timing," he said. "It's terrible at first, but good when they finally contact you." When you're relying on American or Canadian companies, you want live customer service, and Starlink is just not that, he adds. You're just going to have to be patient. They still need to grow. The FCC declined to comment on slow response times for Starlink's customer support, but it says, quote, "Our general practice is that informal customer complaints submitted through the Commission's consumer complaint portal are served on the company. The provider has 30 days to respond in writing to the consumer and the Commission. This process provides the consumer with an efficient way to raise issues with their provider." So this kind of shows what has been going on as of late when it comes to SpaceX Starlink. Are they getting better? In my personal opinion, I think they are. Because when I send in messages to them, they're responding pretty much on a timely manner. Now, obviously, that's not happening for everyone. So I'm going to give you some of my suggestions in order of magnitude, because I think this is important. So the first thing that I would suggest, of course, is to start a support ticket. But you cannot just sit on your laurels with those support tickets and just say, yeah, they're going to answer it whenever they answer it. No. What I've suggested since day one is once you created that ticket, go back into the ticket every single day. When you go there, obviously you're going to see if they responded, but if they didn't, add something to the support ticket. That might be an additional message, something you just thought of. Maybe it's a photograph, maybe it's a screenshot, whatever. Add something new every single day, a little bit of something. What I found is that has helped to keep that support ticket top of mind. It just keeps it up there, so it's constantly being stepped up because you're adding to it continuously, right? So that would be my suggestion. Now, if that fails and now you're like 3 weeks down the road and you still haven't got a response, or you did get a response and it's a boilerplate response and they don't even read your question and you're pissed, well, at this point, you can put in a formal complaint. Now, I'm going to put maybe here on the screen, I will put their email address, but their email address is a direct email address to SpaceX complaint or resolution department. Okay. I'll put that down below in the description as well as the pinned comment for you to get. Go check that out. You can send an email directly to SpaceX. I know a lot of people don't know it, but you can. It is specifically for complaints or resolutions to complaints. It's a means for you to send in directly to them when all else fails. Now, if you're out now 3 weeks and 4 weeks has gone by and you still haven't got anything and you really want to file a formal complaint with the FCC, there's a 1-800 number, which is 1-888-CALL-FCC. Also, I'm going to put a link down below. If you go to that link, it'll show you exactly where you can file that customer complaint right online, or you can mail it to them. I will also put the FCC's direct address where you can send a formal letter to them if you want to. So I'll put that down there also. Now, the bottom line here is just don't give up. Okay. I know their customer service has been abysmal since day one. I have a feeling they're getting better. But like they said in the article, they went from 140,000 people to over 1 million at this point. And those numbers are only growing by the day. Every day they're getting more and more and more people on board. What is going to happen is they're going to have to staff some call centers. If they're working on that, I don't know. I don't work for SpaceX. I don't work for Starlink, but I hope they do. And I also hope that they create these call centers in different regions or different locations on the globe. Why is that? Because if I speak to someone, I want to speak to someone that is from Canada or from the US, and I can freely speak with them without any type of problem when it comes to communication. Many times in the technical industry, when we're calling out for support, it could be for a router, for networking, for just any type of hardware, for computer hardware, we will end up speaking to someone that has a hard time understanding us, as well as we having a hard time understanding them. That communication barrier is a problem. We don't want to see that. So if SpaceX goes down the route of call centers, I hope they do make these call centers in different regional locations on the globe so that the people in those specific regions understand the people that they're talking to. That would be extremely, extremely helpful. But at any rate, I hope this video has given you some information on how to contact SpaceX Starlink when all else fails. If you enjoy this, throw it a thumbs up. That would be great. Tell your friends about this channel. That would be awesome. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And if you are subscribed, click this little button over here so when I go live or when a new video comes out, you will be notified of it immediately. Also, if you just want to say thank you for all of my hard work, there's a little thank you button down there. You can click on that. That would be very nice, and donate $1 or $2. That would be fantastic. If not, consider becoming a member of the channel. That would be awesome. And don't forget about the donation to St. Jude's. Once again, that is a 3,000 push-up challenge that I'm going to be working hard at. I'm going to go and hit the 3,000 number for sure. Might even go over. I will let you know as progress goes through. We're going to get at least 100 push-ups per day. I want to see $1 per push-up minimum. All right, minimum. That would be great to be able to raise $3,000 from this channel and give it straight over to St. Jude's at the end of the month. That would be awesome. Head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools I've invented for you and me over the years, and hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me and my family. That's it, guys. I'm out of here for another vlog. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next one. Love you all.